All right, hey guys, welcome back to another one. So in this one, I will be talking about Rick and Morty. The first episode of season 9 dropped like yesterday. I wanted to make this video a bit earlier, but I couldn't. Watched the first episode of Rick and Morty and then proceeded to watch two other films. I mean, they are not recently released, so I won't be making a video about it. But just for those who are curious. I watched the Bone Temple, and which was I guess the third part of 28 years later. I mean, sequel of 28 years later. And Jeremy Maguire, I just finished it like couple of minutes ago, really. So yeah, both were really good, completely different vibes. Yeah. Anyways, this video is not about that. So about Rick and Morty. If any of you don't know what it is, it's like an animated show which has 8 seasons. The ninth one just started, and it's basically Back to the Future, but with a lot of meta references and basically all sorts of stuff. It has like stupid episodes, fun episodes, really deep episodes, and it has everything. It the voice acting is really great, especially the first few seasons. I guess they replaced Justin Roiland after season 6 or 7, something like that. And then the seasons kind of dipped a little bit, but there was still some really good episodes with, the Evil Rick one, and it's a good show, and you won't be like, oh, that's boring, you will enjoy it. So yeah, definitely check it out if you have not checked it out so far. And for those who have watched it and didn't know that season 9 was coming, because I myself didn't see a lot of promotional material, just a few trailers on YouTube and got some, Insta clips of it. But yeah, the first episode dropped and it's back with a banger. A really great episode. Kind of reminded me of the other episode where this entity was there, who had only one consciousness. I can't remember her name, but Rick dated her, and she took over the earth, and everybody was like the same thing. So this was like that. So all right, I'll just first of all get into what happens in the episode, and then I'll tell you about my thoughts. So yeah, the episode starts with Rick texting evil Morty, and Morty walks in on him. They have this whole thing about why is he hiding his phone, and then Morty sees that he's texting evil Morty, and he's a bit I won't say panicked about it, but he's kind of insecure that why is he talking to that guy, and also the fact that he is very evil. I mean, not really when evil. I mean, yeah, he was kind of evil for torturing those mini Mortys in the first few seasons with the Citadel episode. But yeah, he's basically the smart Morty, and who kind of is not like really Morty, not really Morty like, but yeah, he still uh, kind of enjoys Rick's company, even though it's not really that much highlighted throughout the show. But you can feel it because even he helps Rick defeat evil Rick, the one who killed his wife. So yeah, and then they have this adventure together where they have to defeat this multiversal being who absorbs everything. His name was again, I don't remember the name, but yeah, this purple guy, let's call him that. So they had to go through the spaceship because it absorbs the technology as well, and if they would have used the portal gun, he would have accessed that as well. So yeah, they defeat that, and it's like we are only halfway through the episode, and we see that evil Morty admires Rick as well for the spacesuit that he provides for Morty, and there are really good moments. You enjoy this, and even the fight scene was quite good, with Rick taking over that purple guy, and really enjoyed it. This one, and even the one which we had at the ending between the Rick and Morty, like Rick and Evil Morty. So yeah, they basically get away with it, and Evil Morty is trying to, make normal Morty more insecure by saying stuff like, I'll have your grandpa just because you love him. I don't care about him, but just to make you feel worse, I'll do it. And Rick is like, he basically has leverage over me because if I won't do this stuff, he would, eliminate the whole of his family from the multiverse because as we see with his wife as well, she was deleted from every multiverse, so he would do something like that, so he had to obey the things with whatever evil Morty asks him to do. And he gets a bit arrogant and shows his lair to Rick and Morty, and that gives Rick the opportunity to destroy it, and they get away with it. And like they're at the halfway point, and half of the episode is left. I'm like, all right, I guess they will have some sort of meh level fight or something. Because see, I didn't go in with extremely high expectations because previous seasons were like good but not as great as it used to be. But this episode really, exceeded my expectations, and they go to like this, safe bunker dimension where the house has all these securities and stuff, and they have a, you know, they face off against each other, and then we get to see that Evil Morty uses time travel to, stop time and beat the Morty family. And because, by the way, they were overpowering him, just like bare hands. Like Jerry threw in few dishes at him and he used his plasma blast. And yeah, so basically, this was also set up during the diner scene if somebody didn't notice, but I mean, it was quite obvious. So yeah, he basically replicated that tech, and uh, the weird worm police or whatever it's called, in earlier seasons when we see that Rick gets split into like 4 or 8 dimensions like that, and one of the Rick says that what, I'm happy to go out like this. At least Morty lives. Like one of the few moments where we see Rick actually care for Morty. Like yeah, he cares for it, but he does not really show it a lot. Like again, here comes a BoJack Horseman reference. So in BoJack Horseman, he says like, I grew up watching television where the main protagonist does one big thing and it settles out all the negligent behavior he had done in the past. But it doesn't really work like that, at least not in real life. So yeah, but he did do that. One of his grand acts where he showed Morty that he cares about him, or the one where he went into the like. What was it, Nightmare Land or something, where Morty thought that Rick doesn't need him when he has his wife. So yeah, one of the few moments where we see that Rick actually cares about him. So yeah, again, anyways, I was talking about the police. So yeah, we see that police appear back then as well, and those same guys appear here, and they arrest Evil Morty, and Morty slaps him when he's being arrested, and Rick says like sorry if he made it weird. So again, Rick likes Morty, like, even the Evil Morty. I think he feels like at least he owes Evil Morty for helping uh, helping him get revenge over Evil Rick. But yeah, it was a really good episode, and again, you don't really notice the voice acting unless you're being told that it has been changed. And the thing is, once you know about it and you kind of start to nitpick, and now that I have told you, you might do it as well, but I hope you don't do that, because like it's not really that big of a difference, although you might notice it a little bit here and there, but overall it's really great. And for a first episode, it's quite good, and I'm excited for the upcoming episodes as well. So like if this video does well, I mean well is like 15 views, but whatever. Like, even if they drop a really good episode, I'll make a video on it as well. And I forget a lot of stuff because I watched it back when like season 4 or 5 was there or something like that. I forget stuff, but I remember the major events that take place. So if you like want to have a recap or some sort, I can maybe talk about it, maybe not, whatever. So yeah, it was a good episode, and we get to see. I don't know. There was this, in the trailer where I think we'll get summer special as well, where we'll get like Rick and Summer adventure. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the next episode. And if it's not as good, I might just skip the video because like, what's the point? But, or if it's really bad, then I might make it because it's kind of fun to voice out the anger, I guess. Like the last episode of Widow's Bay, I didn't really make a video on it because most of the episode was like Tom tripping, so I felt like there wasn't much for me to add to it. So yeah, uh, I guess new show started, so uh, check it out if you have not seen it yet. I have kept this video a little short. It's like 14 minutes or something. I'm really thinking if I'm missing anything, but the episode itself was like 30 minutes long, so I guess it's fair. Uh, Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know if I missed anything. Bye bye.